Hello everyone, this is Jason from Primetime Aquatics, and today we're going to be taking a fish store tour. This time we're going to be up at Advanced Aquariums in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It was part of our custom aquariums tour, along with some other fish store tours that we did with Creative Pet Keeping. So when we're bringing you fish store tours, we're looking for a couple things: clean tanks and some awesome fish and some unusual fish, and I think this store has it all, so stay tuned. So here we are, we're walking up to Advanced Aquariums located in Green Bay, Wisconsin. This was part of the fish store tour that we did when Creative Pet Keeping and I, Kasha and I, were up at Custom Aquariums. This is a really great place. One of the cool things they are planning to do at like a old school aquarium sort of room. And you can see all these old aquariums. They're really awesome. You can see the metal frames and the old school paint jobs. I had tanks like this when we were kids, so I'm really looking forward to when that's up and running. Fish are fantastic too. A lot of the tanks, when you first walk into the store, they've got some nice looking fish. So great looking silver dollars and discus. You can see angelfish here, and the tanks, they were in really nice shape. Here we got some freshwater stingrays. You know, I'm not a freshwater stingray type of person, but they were definitely looking good. Again, you can see some of the less common fish that they have. These silver dollars were incredible. Love to have a nice big group of them. Again, here we're seeing more of the stingrays. There is a fish coming up in this tank that I thought was super interesting. And there they are right here, the Cupid cichlid. And this is something I don't typically see a lot of, especially around where I live in the Chicagoland area. But these fish were really awesome, and that blue iridescence, it really shined in this tank. And it's something, you know, a lot of times cameras don't do a good job of picking up what you're actually seeing when you're there. But these were beautiful fish. This was another really awesome display tank. Here we have the glass humphead fish. That's a cool looking fish, and I think they are definitely more predominant up in the Wisconsin area than I see typically down here by me in the Chicagoland area. But that was a cool looking fish. I like those a lot. This is another really awesome tank here. We've got the Rohan's barb and the pinstripe damba. I love those fish, the glimmer barbs too. The pinstripe dambas to me are a really cool cichlid. This is incredible too. Imperial flower loach. Not something you see all the time. These guys get big. I mean, they will get easily the size of one's hand. So they are quite large. And then we've got the high-fin Chinese banded shark, and just a lot of cool little hidden gems here. Here we've got the royal Farlawella cat. Also a really cool fish. But for me, the pinstripe dambas, I love these things. It took everything in me not to walk out of here with at least a half a dozen of those fish. They're beautiful. All right, they've got the nice reds and the yellows. There's a Denison barb that you see kind of going around the bottom over there. But this was a great tank, as you can see, very active. What I really liked about this particular pet store is they've got live plants in a lot of their tanks, and they're making it work, and it just adds something to the display. You can definitely tell that the owner, he really loves fish. He's a hobbyist and he owns a pet store, but you can definitely see in the tanks that there's that hobbyist mindset, which is refreshing. It's a good thing. This is another nice setup. We've got some Geophagus tapajos. We've got some electric blue Acara as well. Healthy looking, beautiful looking fish. The lighting was really well done for all these fish. I love the substrate. It's a little bit lighter, but it's got a little bit larger grain size. This checkerboard cichlids, I love these things as well. This is, again, not something I typically see a lot of, at least in the Chicagoland area. So this was another fish, the checkerboard cichlids, where I'm like, oh man, I really wish, you know, had we been leaving a little bit earlier, I probably would have tried to pick some up. Yeah, and the biggest problem was we had visited this store the day before we were doing the tour at Custom Aquariums, so we didn't really have a place to put them. We thought about going back the next day, but it was about 40 minutes north of where we were, and we had to go a few hours south to get home. Otherwise, had this place been on the way home, I think I would be a little bit poorer, but I would have a lot cooler fish tank setup going on right now. Again, nice use of plants. Again, here's that checkerboard cichlid up close and personal. Pretty awesome. Here's another tank, and it's got some scissor-tail tetras. There's some other types of tetras in there as well. Not sure what they are. Kind of cool. It's almost like more of like a river feel to that. It had a real low water line. Very cool. Like this setup as well. I don't remember what these tetras are, but I did like, again, you've got that nice planted feel. You've got that more of a nice looking plecos, a lot of nice looking plecos at this pet store as well. But I love the substrate. I like the way it was done. It gave it a real natural look. Really cool. So as we move on over, cool barbs, filamentosa barbs, rosy barbs. Got some electric blue Acaras in there as well. Nice tank setup. Again, some of these barbs are not as common around our area. So you got the chocolate cichlids, electric blue Acara that are a little bit on the younger side. This is a really nice planted tank with some Buenos Aires tetras and various other types of tetras. I really liked this setup here. Looked really cool in person. The glare is kind of, it's a little hard to see with the glare, but here's a nice rainbow fish setup. Again, the vast majority of their tanks were set up with live plants. I just thought that added something a little bit extra. Pretty cool. Here we've got a whole bunch of cats. Don't remember what they are, but I thought they look cool. So if you know what they are, feel free to chime in. And then here, once again, we've got some more tetras, and looks like some upside down cats, which are pretty cool looking. Again, they're not as common as they used to be, so it's always fun to kind of see them. Here we have some cichlids, looks like some red zebras, and then this was really cool. This puffer fish is a freshwater puffer fish. That thing was awesome. One of my favorite fish at the pet store. And this is the same species here, and I believe they can actually change color depending on their mood or substrate. Blood cap tetra, I hadn't heard of these before. Kind of cool, something different. And then here it is again. Again, these puffer fish were amazing. And then we've got some pea puffers here, a little bit more common, but definitely still pretty cool to see. This is awesome. So I have these. These are Rhinogobius hennechuensis. I've got a group of about 7 or 8 right now. Mine are a little bit larger, a little bit darker because they're on black substrate, but I just thought that was pretty cool. You don't see those very often. Here we've got a group of Pseudotropheus psiloci. We have some of these in our fish room. The males are blue. The females are that yellowish color, and really cool there. Like these. Mesoheros, again, this is a fish that I typically don't see a lot of, and they get cooler as they get older. They definitely get a lot more color. This is a nice little Lake Tanganyikan setup. We got some Tropheus, we've got some Frontosa, Burchardi. So that was kind of a nice little setup there. Thought that was awesome. Then here we've got some what looks to be Demasoni probably. And then here we've got some larger cichlids, some peacocks, some haps. There's some Frontosa in there as well. Looks to be some OBs. Possibly maybe even a red empress it looked like. And then here we've got another tank full of larger cichlids. It looks like we've got some Oscars in there. You see some barred silver dollars it looks like. And again, I don't have the names off the top of my head, and I really don't know what that gray fish is with the black stripe. If you know what that is, please share that in the comments. And there's a redhead, red shoulder severum there. And we've got some pretty darn cool plecos. We had one of these Royal plecos in our 150 and it died. That was pretty sad, but definitely some cool fish in some of these larger display tanks. You can see here we've got some more cool looking fish at the top of the tank. I forgot what these are. They told me and I didn't write it down. And so here another interesting fish, not something I see a lot of. These Acara, pretty awesome fish. Again, they look even better as they get older. What I liked about this store and what was exciting for me is they had some fish that I either haven't seen in a really long time or I've never seen them. And so I'm always looking for something when I do fish store tours. Is there something unusual about this store? Is it super clean, or is it, do they have something unusual? And this pet store definitely had some unusual stuff. Really pretty electric blue rams. I thought they were nice looking and good shape. And here we've got some more peacocks and some haps in this tank. Again, pretty cool little display here. Fish are starting to show some good color, and you have to be patient with the peacocks. Sometimes it takes a little while for them to show their colors, but it's well worth it once they do. All right, everybody, so that was Advanced Aquariums. It's a cool place. We've got all the information for them down in the description below. If you are in the central Wisconsin area, southern Wisconsin area, it's definitely worth the trip. Again, cool fish. You could tell that this is someone who really loves fish. So we'd like to thank Advanced Aquariums for allowing us to come into their pet store and film. If you like this video, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.